Hey friends, welcome back to the Procrastination Solution Podcast, where we get real about what's holding you back and how to move forward with purpose, clarity, and a solid plan for success. I am your host, Nilo, and I help women just like yourself overcome procrastination for good and achieve your goals. Today, we are leaning into a big one, how not to quit. Here's the truth. Anyone can start. Starting is shiny. Starting feels exciting. It feels hopeful, even motivating. But the women who actually overcome procrastination for good, they know how to keep going when the shine wears off. So today I want to talk about the emotional side of quitting and give you practical strategies you can use this week to stay focused. Even when everything in you wants to throw in the towel, if you apply one or two of these strategies, I promise they will get you the results that you want. Now, first, let's talk about why we quit. And this is the emotional side. Quitting is rarely about laziness. It's about emotions. We quit when the discomfort of growth feels too heavy. We quit when, fear is whispering, saying things like, you'll fail anyway. What's the point? We quit when we confuse temporary resistance with a permanent stop sign. Now imagine you are going to a grocery store. You're going to come across a few stoplights, right? The red lights don't mean turn around and go home. They simply mean wait for the green light and then keep going. And chances are you're going to come across another red light and then maybe another one. Oftentimes when we experience resistance, we think it's a sign to turn around. No, it's just part of the journey on the way to the grocery store, like a red light. So we quit when we are in need of grit. Grit is sticking with it, right? Not just when it's fun, but when it's boring and hard and uncertain. Angela Duckworth's research on grit shows that perseverance predicts long-term success more than talent, more than motivation, or even intelligence. So when you're tempted to quit, it's usually not a lack of ability. It's a lack of emotional tolerance for the discomfort of sticking with something, right? Now, let's talk about a few strategies. First, let's redefine what not quitting really means. Women often think not quitting means sprinting at full speed, but really it's about finding a pace that you can sustain. If you are doing something with pure adrenaline and, that feeling of shininess and excitement, you just have to stop and ask yourself, is this sustainable? Chances are it's not. If you are on a health journey and you want to, start out saying, I'm going to work out 5 times a week. The first week you might do it. The second week you might even do it. But you have to ask yourself, is this sustainable, right? You want to do something that is sustainable. That's when your, chances of quitting are reduced, right? So instead of all or nothing, shift to always something, right? So instead of working out, telling yourself, I'm going to work out 5 days a week. It's 5 days a week or it's no days a week. So, shift to the thinking always something. Maybe it is once or twice a week at the very beginning, right? Even 10 minutes will count, right? When it comes to certain things, even one small step forward means you didn't quit. Maybe you go to the gym 1 day a week and then you do some sort of a workout at home another day the same week. And then the next week you do the same thing. Maybe you go to the gym 1 day and then you do some sort of a light workout at home. And then maybe the third week you go to the gym 2 days and then do some sort of a light workout at home, right? And ask yourself as you move forward, is this sustainable? Is this something I can do so that I can reduce my chances of quitting? James Clear, he's one of my favorites. He says, consistency beats intensity every time. I really want you to give this a try. How can you stay consistent this week on one goal? Every time that you do stay consistent, it will make such a big difference in the long run for you, right? Another strategy is, to keep in mind that there is a messy middle. There's a book called The Messy Middle, and it's a really good book. I forget who it's written by, but if you Google it, it's on Amazon. You might even find it in your library. Research shows that most people abandon projects in the middle, not at the start and not at the end. The excitement of beginning, wears off, and the reward of finishing feels way too far away. Right? That's where your fall focus mindset will come in. You remind yourself this middle part is supposed to feel messy. That means I'm right on track. It's okay if you aren't seeing progress just yet. That doesn't mean it isn't coming. If you stick with it, your success is inevitable. If you keep going, statistically, you will move the needle forward if you keep going. So tell yourself, the messy middle, that is normal, that is okay. You will get past it to get to the other side. Another strategy is to anchor to your why. So when quitting feels so tempting, ask yourself, who am I becoming by sticking with this thing? Who would I be if I did stick it out and kept going? Let's take the example of working out. Forget about the weight loss benefits. Forget about the benefits to your body. Who are you becoming in the process of doing what you said you were going to do? Right? If you just zoom out a little bit and you think about who are you going to be if you stick with this thing, even if you're not counting the progress that exercise and eating healthy will do to your body or bring to your body, who are you becoming, as the byproduct of this activity? Research from Hal Hirschfield at UCLA shows that when we feel connected to our future self, we're more likely to make decisions today that benefit that version of us, right? So instead of thinking, I don't feel like it right now, think my future self is depending on me to not give up. I do this all the time. In the evenings, at night, right before I'm going to bed, I'm so super tired. And the last thing I want to do is get a few things prepped for the morning. But I know that my morning self, the morning Nilo that's getting ready, getting the kids ready and getting myself ready for the day, is going to appreciate having, the kids' water bottles ready, or having thought ahead of time, what is going to be for lunch and snack for them, and making sure that their backpacks are in the room. That's just a small part, making sure that they have clean clothes and that it's ready to go. And I'm not running around in the morning half asleep trying to find, clothes for them. And if you apply that concept to every other part of your life, imagine you're coming home, you are so tired, but you're running low on gas and you're telling yourself, I'll get gas tomorrow. I'm speaking from experience. I've done this, right? So you're thinking right now, I'm too tired to stop gas. But guess what? Tomorrow morning, you're going to be even more tired. And you might even forget that you need to get gas. And you might even have some sort of an emergency where you're running late and you don't have time to get gas, right? So if you're thinking about your future self, right, your future self tomorrow will thank you for stopping to get gas right now. And if you apply that to all other areas of your life, in small ways, it's going to make such a big difference, because you are helping you. You are helping the future you, right? That future you will thank you, and then she will pay it forward. That's what's amazing about it. This habit that you're going to be creating to take care of your future self, she's going to continue to take care of the future self, right? So it's going to be this habit that loops around. So anchor to your why. Why are you doing this? And one good way to sort of, think about it is to relate to your future self and how much you're going to be helping your future self, making her life so much easier by sticking with what you have to do or what you have committed to do today, right? Another one is to build emotional resilience. I feel like you can take a whole, course on this. But I'm just going to give you a tiny little snapshot here, right? So the emotional resilience work, I don't think we're ever done with that work, but here's just the gist of it. the best way to start building emotional resilience is to first notice the discomfort. Like, be aware of it. Notice that it's there. Name it, right? Say, this feels boring. This feels overwhelming. This feels scary. And then normalize it. Be like, yeah, okay, I get it. Of course it feels hard, right? Of course it's scary. I've never done this before. Of course it's overwhelming. Normalize it, right? Don't run away from it. Like, come face to face, be compassionate towards this emotion. It's okay. Name it, normalize it, and then choose the next step, right? Decide, okay, this feels hard. I'm going to still give it a try. I can still do it. If I don't do it to 100%, maybe I can do it 50% of the way. This normalizes it. This creates a path forward. You inch forward a little bit at a time, right? And so this is just the very tip of building emotional resilience, but this is where it starts. You notice the discomfort, you name it, you normalize it, and then you decide what is the next step forward, right? And, finally, I just wanted to give you a quick little, recap. Your micro strategies for this week is, so that you're not quitting this week, is to commit to your minimums. Decide the bare minimum action that you're going to take daily this week, even if it is super tiny. Track your wins. You can keep it visible. A visible record of it's going to do you wonders. You can put it on a calendar. You can do sticky notes. You can journal about it. You can create a don't break the chain streak. Jerry Seinfeld, I wrote a blog about this like so many years ago, and I totally forgot about it until I was reminded by it the other day. But Jerry Seinfeld, he says, X off each day you keep your habit, right? So pick your favorite color, highlighter, and X off each day that you keep your habit. It's going to make such a difference when you have that visual reminder. Tell someone your end goal, not your feelings, your end goal. Share the outcomes that you're working toward, and not the momentary struggle, right? If you want to, that's fine. Just move past it quickly. Don't stay there for too long. Move past it, because that's normal. Be like, yeah, I'm struggling with this, but meh, it's normal. This is to be expected. I am growing. These are growing pains. And then celebrate your progress, right? Don't expect perfection from yourself. Celebrate your progress. Progress is what keeps momentum alive. And when you celebrate it, when you give it attention, that's when you want more progress, right? That's when you want more of it. Whatever you pay attention to, that's what you want more of, right? So pay attention to the small wins. Don't pay attention to, the momentary, stop signs or stoplights. So the next time that you feel like quitting, I want you to remember that it's not about being stronger or faster or even more motivated. It's about learning how to sit with your discomfort. It's normalizing the messy middle and choosing progress over perfection. Because the truth is, every step that you don't quit on building the muscle of grit, right? That muscle will carry you through, season after season, year after year. And you build it a little bit at a time. It is not supposed to be done overnight, right? This is not an overnight process. So my friend, you have got this. Stay focused, stay committed this week, and most importantly, don't quit. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will talk to you later. Bye.